All right, Ron Kloss here, PGA Splits 101 on Twitter. I will be creating a series of videos taking you through the rabbit hole, which is our unique PGA Tour database here at Betsperts Golf. Just for a little background, the rabbit hole is the product of a notebook full of ideas that I have been building and adding to over the last few years as a very unique way to break down all the different data pieces and metrics in golf into very specific filters and conditions and time frames centered around all the many courses that are used on the PGA Tour each year. The data seen here comes directly to us from the PGA Tour's ShotLink system and is 100% accurate. Our data currently goes back to 2015 and will eventually be extended back even further. You will not find another golf data site out there that lets you research almost every important metric by course and in rank form by almost any time frame imaginable. And as is common when you start going down a rabbit hole, once you get below the surface and past the basics of the data, our filter by conditions menu, which I will show you is right here, that I'm going to be going over with you another time. But basically, this allows you to kind of dig as deep as you want, and you will find yourself tunneling into a whole bunch of different directions. So if you are interested in betting on golf, playing DFS, any type of fantasy golf, if you are simply a golf fan, love to watch golf and analyze the data, the rabbit hole is definitely a one-of-a-kind tool in the research process. So again, this first video is going to just kind of give an overview of this main rabbit hole page that you see. So we will start here with the golfers displayed menu. So right now it's set to all golfers. So what this means is every single golfer that has played a PGA Tour round, depending on the time frame. So right now it's at 6 months, will be listed here. So very comprehensive. And so if you wanted to switch this to the current tournament, so which is the Tour Championship, BMW, this was last week. So again, you have the ability to switch to the current field. So yeah, some flexibility there with what you're looking at. You go here to, and let me just show you this real quick. So when you're on this main page, this right now is sorted by total rounds. So again, our search is just the last 6 months. And again, if you wanted to go by salary, well, salary is right here. So we have DraftKings and FanDuel if you play DFS. So you can sort by salary, and obviously all of these are sortable. These are your strokes gained metrics here on this very main first page. So again, the ability to organize this by best or worst with the click of a button right here. Now, another great thing about the rabbit hole is the many different time frames that you can search by. So right here we have our year section. So you could, like I said, we could go back to 2015, and if you wanted to just do a couple years, you could select as many as you want. So you have the flexibility to go by year. Time frame. Okay, so if you want last month, 2 months, 3 months, all the way down to, you can go up to 5 years through this search. Or of course you could go all records. So that would take you all the way back to 2015. And then right here, this little bar section, you can go by rounds. So if you want all rounds, okay, you want to switch to 8 rounds. And this can take you, obviously we have all rounds here, but could go last 200 if you wanted to as well. So now these are kind of related to each other. So you can see it's still last 6 months. So you would have to switch this to all records to allow the 200. So these kind of all work together, but just gives you a lot of different ways to, select whatever time frame you want. All right, this view menu right here. So this is going to be all the different metrics that are used on the PGA Tour. So like I said, strokes gained is here. I am going to, again, go through these with you another time, but this is where you could select from all these different stats. And there are, yes, over 70 plus different metrics on there, way more than anybody else has on any other data site. If you wanted to search by course region, so again, very comprehensive. We have every state individually. We have obviously some PGA Tour events in Asia, if you just wanted to search there. Obviously, Canadian Open, so that would cover all of those events for Canada. And again, just we have by region, so courses played in the eastern section of the United States. We have Europe, and down the list goes. So just different areas mixed in here, international. Mexico, you see. So yeah, again, very comprehensive as far as searching by region. Course type. So again, you see many different options: coastal courses, desert courses, island, links. Okay, so we get to the Open Championship, Scottish Open. One day, as we expand to the DP World Tour, and some more links courses over there that we will eventually be adding. But again, mountain, ocean, parkland, resort, sandbelt, TPC. So pretty much every option for course types here that you could select by. So this next one is every single, it's basically a list of every single course played on the PGA Tour since 2015. And so if you wanted to search by any of these courses, looking for course history, for example, whatever week it is on the PGA Tour, whatever tournament that you are researching, literally every course is searchable. If you have a list of comp courses that are similar to the current course that is being played that week, again, you can select multiple courses at once and simply look for the results of just those courses. So again, another great way to just, again, research each tournament week that comes on tour. Like I said before, you could, again, we have DraftKings and FanDuel, for those of you who play daily fantasy golf. Let's move down here as we kind of wrap up this very first intro video. So display results as. So we got a few different options here. So right now you see it is on average. And so we're still on the main strokes gained view. So this is your average strokes gained. So you can see here Scotty Scheffler last 6 months has played 56 rounds and he's averaging 2.86 strokes gained per round. Of course, we have all the other off the tee approach and so on down the line. If you wanted to view by rank, if you're building a model, and again, we do have model building capabilities, which again, I will get to on another video. Again, you can search by rank as well. Total, if you wanted to see who has the most total strokes gained, for your own calculating purposes for whatever reason. We have totals here as well. The rounds gained percentage. Now we have a view here, which is called the floor ceiling filter that I'll show you again another time, but this is the basic form of that. So what this means is it's basically looking at, are you positive strokes gained per round? So you can see here the example will go Scotty Scheffler. So out of his 56 rounds in the last 6 months, he has gained strokes 87.5% of the time. So that could mean he's gained just 0.1 strokes per round, or it could mean he's gained 5 strokes per round. So are you positive in gaining strokes per round? Okay. And on the flip side, you can search and see Matthew Pavone is only gaining strokes 42.3% of the time over the last 6 months. So again, this is a great way to kind of develop a floor and see what a floor is for each player. Again, you can see, again, no surprise there. Scotty, #1 in approach. Corey Connors, again, great iron player. Tom Hoagie, of course, you would expect up here. And you see, again, some pretty some names you'd expect going down the line here. But again, a great way to see, who's consistent on tour. So that's what I love to use with this rounds gained percentage. A few other features, just really quick before we close here. If you wanted to, obviously on the PGA Tour, you have sample size issues all the time. You have certain players who have played more rounds than others. So if we go back to all golfers here, and if we're looking at the average again, and say we're on strokes gained total. And you can see here, you've got a few guys who mostly play on the DP World Tour here, who have very small sample sizes over the last 6 months. So again, right now we only have PGA Tour events. If you wanted to get rid of some of these sample size issues, you just go to the minimum rounds box, and you can go 8 rounds, 12 rounds. We'll go 16 rounds, and that will basically get rid of those players from your search. And the cool thing is it will not affect your rank. So the rank should still be, it will delete those players, and the ranks will still be very accurate when you use this minimum rounds feature as well. We have so say you are wanting to just look at maybe a group of, you're playing betting on a 3-ball, and you just want to look at 3 players and you want to compare them to each other. So you can favorite any player over here, and you click on the show favorites only, and you could just view these 3 players. So for comparative purposes, you have the option to basically view whoever you want on the screen here by starring those players. Again, if you wanted to look up a specific player, so say I want to look up, let's see, Rory's doing, right away you see his name will come up here. So this search bar is another great way to quickly find a player. And then the last one that I love is the download CSV here. So if you like to build your own models, and we do have the ability to do it here on site, but if you like to build a bunch of sub models like I used to do before the rabbit hole, you could download any single one of these to a CSV file. And I think we're the only place that you even have the ability to do this at, other than, I know Data Golf does too, but it's just a really cool way to build models if you like to do it by hand, or if you just want to build your own spreadsheets, if you are inclined to do stuff like that. So this, again, basic overview. I'll get to some of these other things like the expert rankings when I get to the modeling section on another video. But again, thank you for taking the time to watch this first video on the rabbit hole.